What fact is ignored generously? Being at a job for a long time does not mean someone is good at their job. Human memory is extremely unreliable. We forget important details. We fabricate memories and convince ourselves that they're true. What we do remember is distorted to conform to our biases. Prevention is more affordable than treatment. Just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean I hate you. Admitting to a mistake is not a sign of weakness. Bending over backwards to cover it up and pretending like it never happened is. The number of people who die after a war to consequences of war, hunger, disease, etc., are not counted in the statistics. Humans overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what we can achieve in a year. You are not immune to propaganda. That we all have confirmation bias. That just because someone tells you something is a fact doesn't mean that it is. Make sure to do your research. Mob mentality doesn't mean you are right. Everyone is a huge hypocrite when it suits them, including me. Just because it's legally allowed doesn't mean you're not a douchebag for doing it. Just because some people are naturally talented doesn't mean you shouldn't work hard. The importance of getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. Most people are not very smart. Giving birth to a kid doesn't make you an expert on raising them, nor do they owe you for being born. TikTok is literally Chinese spyware. Older doesn't always mean wiser. Wisdom is obtained from what you do with your time, it's not about how much time you've had. Every single year, cruise ships dump 14 billion pounds of garbage into the oceans. You have blinkers for your car so that you can tell other drivers that you're changing lanes. Fun fact, it's the law. Facts aren't opinions. You aren't supposed to stick Q-tips in your ears. Animals are much more brutal than people realize. We only see the cute cuddly side on the internet. Cheetah makes friends with a goat, gets more views than warthog gets eaten alive by lions and lasts a surprisingly long time while it's happening. Animals will eat you alive if they don't think you're a threat to injury. It's out of survival, something bigger and badder might come along and they won't have eaten anything. No, the leopard didn't kill the animal before eating it out of compassion. It just didn't want to take a hoof to the head while it was having lunch. Concentration camps in China are still going on. France didn't stop executing people by guillotine until 1977. Being well known doesn't always make you popular, as you may be well known for pissing yourself in class. Alcohol is poison. Being rich doesn't mean you're great with money or someone who should be trusted with business decisions. Never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups. George Carlin. Depends on the agenda of the people doing the ignoring. People only care about the facts that agree with them. Edit, thanks for the gift, kind stranger. That A plus B2 is not equal to A2 plus B2. Orcas and dolphins aren't happy in those aquatic parks. Experience is not equal to competence. Most people over 20 already met a murderer at least once in their lifetime. The government is trying to pass an anti-encryption bill that could strip away any and all privacy given to us citizens. That science can't prove a negative. Show that vaccines don't give autism? We have never found that they do in the many studies done, but you can't have positive proof for something negative. Just because a movie or a book is good, doesn't mean you like it. That you should really get off your phone and go to sleep. Edit, lol guys, I meant at night. That colds and flu are caused by viruses, not by being cold or wet. Being a celebrity does not automatically make someone a medical, economic, or political expert. Edited for phrasing, as too many people wanted to do Google digging to find celebs who actually do have degrees, as opposed to understanding what was implied in the original wording. Originally said celebrities aren't actually, edited the second time to change actually to automatically. I like that, thanks. Apparently, that you have to ducking stop at the big, red sign that says stop in California. It's true, the California roll is a thing. Going to Collegiate University doesn't mean you are a genius. If someone is smiling, that does not mean they are happy. The average person eats 3 spiders a year. Factoid is just a statistical error. The average person eats 0 spiders per year. However, Spiders Georg, who lives in cave and eats over 10,000 each day, is an outlier and should not have been counted. Just because someone has served in the armed forces doesn't mean they deserve respect or are a good person. Nearly every hand you shake has held a penis. That it is somehow okay for inconsiderate ducks to drop their damned cigarette butts on the fucking ground. Stop that, you nasty bastards. The world and its wildlife deserve better. Take care of your own trash butts, you lazy assholes. And if this is you, fuck you. Quitting is often a good decision. That the two-party system is inefficient and doesn't effectively represent the American population. 5 grams does not cause COVID-19. People spend the majority of their life chasing money without understanding how it works. You don't have to be wrong for someone else to be right. Just because you are in the vocal minority, it doesn't mean you are right. The fact that there are always people who have a worse day than you. Thomas Edison only patented ideas, he didn't invent them. Just because I hate Trump doesn't mean I loved Obama and/or Hillary. If you edit your comment to add "thanks for the gold, kind stranger," the kind stranger will probably never see that edit, but everybody else will, and will be annoyed. However, if you reply to the notification DM about the award, the kind stranger will see it for sure, and you would not bother anybody else. Good grades smart, bad grades dumb. That we are all going to die someday. Rick Astley's real full name is Richard Paul Astley. Social distancing works. 11 million people were murdered by the Nazis in death camps. Drives me ducking mad when people say 6 million. 99% of people mean well, but human nature makes us selfish. The fact that the national debt we have in America will probably do some serious damage to the economy unless we do something about it. But our politicians just keep spending money they don't have. The 15 biggest ocean ships pollute more than every car and truck. Weed has more pros than cons, and in many states, it is looked at as unhealthy and addictive, when in reality it helps many things ranging from terminal illness to muscle cramps to social anxiety. It isn't physically addictive at all either. Money isn't real, it is a social construct. Ostensibly it is to be used to time-shift the value of labor and goods. In reality it is manipulated so that the value of labor and goods diminishes over time, inflation, keeping the labor class in a constant state of near collapse. Also, the wealthy don't care about the bailouts because the debt will be sold to them as bonds and they'll make out like bandits from all of the interest payments, in addition to the direct corporate welfare. Just because you have a bachelor's or doctorate doesn't make you smart. People are actually evil. Not every little thing you do is for yourself, or at least your subconscious thinks it is. Even giving someone a gift is a way of subconsciously saying you owe me. If people weren't bad, then communism would work perfectly because no one would want to control everybody else. That there are only two genders. The effects of most drugs include a healthy dose of the placebo effect. People get super insulted, but it is true. If you are told a sugar pill is a super powerful pain medication, a large portion of patients will report their pain goes down significantly. The effect is even more pronounced with psychiatric medication. This is far from a bad thing. If we can figure out what part of the brain allows us to be tricked so easily, the future of pharma can be wholly less invasive while still delivering care.